And if we are ready, do you have access to the whiteboard?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So today we should speak about in general about the 10 plagues and who is volunteering to read like few verses from Exodus 10, Parashat Bo. Yes.
I can
And
read.
yeah, thank you so much. And I will focus on the letters and make them clear and bright. Tell me if it's bright enough, good enough for you to read. Is it okay?
Just a little bigger, please.
Of course. Here, I try to stretch it that it will fit. 1 second. If I make it a bit bigger, it will run out of the text. I'll
Okay.
try to do better. Yeah, I'll try to move to the here.
Yeah,
Now
that's perfect.
focus. Is
Yeah,
it
that's
better?
yes, that's good.
Yes, good.
And the Lord said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the heart of his servants, that I might show these my signs in the midst of them, and that thou mayest tell in the ears of thy son and of thy son's son what I have wrought upon Egypt, and my signs which I have done among them, that ye may know that I am the Lord. And Moses and Aaron went in unto Pharaoh and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord, the God of the heavens, How long wilt thou refuse to humble thyself before me? Let my people go, that they may serve me. Else, if thou refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow will I bring locusts into thy border, and they shall cover the face of the earth, that one shall not be able to see the earth, and they shall eat the residue of that which is escaped, which remaineth unto you from the hail, and shall eat every tree that groweth for you out of the field. And thy houses shall be filled, and the houses of all thy servants, and the houses of all the Egyptians, as neither thy fathers nor thy father's father have seen since the day that they were upon the earth unto this day. And he turned and went out from Pharaoh. And Pharaoh's servants said unto him, How long shall this man be a snare unto us? Let the men go, that they may serve the Lord their God. Knowest thou not yet that Egypt is destroyed?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, Fernando, can you please read the first verse, like the first half of the verse? There are 7 words here. Can you read, please, in Hebrew?
I can try it. The first verse, the first part,
Yes,
it
yes, please.
just okay. Vayomer Hashem al Moshe Boel Pharaoh.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I ask you to read the Hebrew to distinguish from the English translation. The English translation says here, and Lord said to Moses, go in unto Pharaoh. The Zohar asks a very simple question. Why does the Bible say, Boel Paro, Bo come to Pharaoh? Bo is come inside, and not go, meaning go out. Why is the direction of the movement is inside? This is the question. Do we understand the again? Fernando, do you have a sound?
Yes, I understand. It's a good question because it's to return to Pharaoh, right?
Yes,
It's like
yes. I will write it. Boil paro, boil paro, boil paro. Come. And the meaning of come is inside. What is the meaning of boil paro? Here the Zohar asks a very simple question. Why just not to go to Pharaoh? Where is Pharaoh inside of us?
he is our ego part.
Our ego.
I I tend to think
Yes.
it's the one who thinks that could survive without God. He owns everything.
Yes. Yes. Another aspect of Pharaoh in terms of symbolic. What is? Excuse me, because I have a sound problem at the moment. I try to solve this 1 second. Do you have sounds? I mean, noises from here, or you hear clear?
No, it's for me. It's
It's
clear.
clear.
It's
Yeah,
loud
it's
and
It's
clear.
clear for you.
Hmm.
Okay. Because for me it sounds quite hard, but I'll try to do better. Paro, Paro has the value of 355. 355 is the value of the word Shana. Shana is a year. Basically, this is a moon cycle. Moon cycle or lunar cycle has 355 days. And if it's a lunar cycle, which is 355, like Pharaoh. A second. What does it mean to go to Pharaoh in this kind of thinking? If Pharaoh has the same value like a lunar year or like a moon, what does it mean to go or to come to Pharaoh? Come to where?
Is it time?
Again, Jill, again,
Is it time?
I cannot hear.
Time?
Time?
Hmm.
Yes, time. Yes, very good. Come into time. Yes, another very good, another perspective. What does it mean to come?
and what is lacking? Uh, Light. The moon can, you know, she's mutable. She's not fixed. Light is something that
Yes.
usually lacks light.
So come, very good. Come to where? Come to Pharaoh is come in into the darkness. Come to the unconscious. Pa'o, Pa'o. Pa'o has the letters of Oref, Oref Hashem, the nape of God. What we have in the back, things that we cannot see. Frontal, we have something in the back. Things that we are not aware of, darkness or time. Time, like Jill said, can be sometimes very distorted mirror because in time we're not able to see the whole process. If we take sparks of time and we analyze them, it doesn't make any sense. Only if we see like a course of 26 generations from Adam to Moses, we see like a divine logic. So it is very interesting what you say. To go, I mean, to come inside into time when things are a bit distorted or uncertain, or come into the darkness. Come into the darkness. Is this usually what people like in the world? To go into the unknown, to the darkness? What people usually tend to do in the world? How humans are usually behave in the world? They like to go to party, or they like to go into their dreams and to see what the dreams or the books are reflecting. What is the tendency of the world in general?
To run away from this emptiness, to this loneliness, and to this darkness.
Yes,
We tend to occupy ourselves with the external things.
that's true. This is our tendency, is to run out and about, to parties, to occasions, to shopping, to do anything else but to go inside to the moon, situation in us. Another perspective of Boil Paro, come to Pharaoh, is the value of Bo. I will move here a bit the board. Boil Paro. What is the value of Bo? Come to Pharaoh in Hebrew. Bo, come. Bet is 2. Aleph is 1. So we can take it. Jill, it's very interesting what you say about time, because one way to read it is to the 12, like 12 months, or the 12 is the highest number in the clock. Another perspective is that when we go into the darkness of time, something else is coming. We can also take it as 1 plus 2, which is 3, and the spirit. Specifically in the darkness, specifically in those moments, unexpected. Usually people do not expect to find spirit in the darkness or in a narrow place, but this is where the spirit is, because it's concealed. I would like us to look in Parashat Bo also from another, and please feel free to ask questions, because now I'm going to the systematism of the spheres. But before, if you have any questions, please feel free to share them with us. Jill, Fernando, anybody on YouTube, please feel free, because I would like to draw here a bit. And if you find the right time, please ask.
Yeah, I'm just listening, very, very present and careful, because I was studying this passage, and it's so good to hear you. So I'm just following right now.
And Jill, also feel free to ask whenever you feel like. Just feel free to ask. Here we have 7 lower spheres, and here we have 3 upper. Let's say I'll move the page. I could expand a bit. Here. Here's the pen, and here. Parashat Bo. This is very interesting, Fernando. Parashat Bo. Jill, the Bible that we read usually in English is divided into chapters, which are marked by numbers. But the Bible in Hebrew also divided to chapters, but the chapters do not have numbers, but letters. But there's another way to read the Bible, which is according to sequence, or parashot. Parashot are topics or portions. A certain topic which conceives certain idea. And Fernando was asking about Parashat Bo, portion, this idea that expands in Parashat Bo. Parasha is a sequence or a portion of certain idea. So Parashat Bo, and usually Parasha portion is spreading along 3, 4, 5, 6, depends, something. It moves all the time, but it summarizes a few chapters. So Parashat Bo consists of few chapters. In Parashat Bo, we read about the 3 last plagues. Please pay attention. This is not random. Parashat Bo speaks about the last 3 plagues. Do you remember what are the last 3 plagues?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
It's okay. This is okay. The last one, do you remember? What is the last one?
The firstborn
Yeah,
is the last
Behorot.
one.
Very good. The first one. This is the last one. Please pay attention. Maybe I'll make another drawing because it's too condensed here. I'll take another uh, space because I need to expand on a second. Here we have the 7, so triangles, 7. Here we have the upper 3, Parashat Bo, come to Pharaoh, come to Pharaoh. This is it, the upper 3.
We have the nights of darkness, 3 days of 3 days of darkness, right?
Yes, yes,
And I was looking for the English word for, in Portuguese is gafanhotos, is locusts, I think, in
Behor,
English.
yeah, 1 second. Behab, Roger, Behor, Behab. This is Rocher, yes, Rocher, this is darkness. And this is supposed to be Arbe according to the text. Yes, there's the things that are multiplying a lot. I think 1 second, let me check it. Arbe. Arbe, I don't have the word, excuse me, in English, but they are like a little, I don't know how, I'll bring it 1 second, Arbe. This is, 1 second. Locus, yes. How do you say it in English? Jill,
Locust,
verse. Yes?
locust.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes. And those are the darkness. Those are the 3 last ones. Before Parashat Bo, yes, Shmot Vaire, Parashat Vaire, one portion before, deals with the 7 lower. Those are the 7 lower. And Parashat Bo is dealing with the 3 upper. Yes. Darkness. Yes, darkness is parallel to sphere of wisdom. And locus is parallel to understanding. And Bechorot, the firstborn, is parallel to crown, Keter, crown. Is it clear, this kind of distribution?
Yes, it's
Yes.
perfect. Yes.
Yes, thank you.
And as we said, Bo, again, please pay attention. Everything is like the DNA, what will develop into idea or a text already is here. Parashat Bo. Bo has the value of 3. And here we're dealing with the 3 last. That eventually at the last one, the Exodus will happen. Now I would like to move with you to this page. 1 second. Here. I hope it is big enough for us. I can make it even bigger for us to see. Yeah. This is from the I think mid 14th century. 14th, yes, mid 14th. And please look here. The first upper part is the firstborn of Pharaoh is sick. This is the first upper part without looking into details. This is just a general outlook. And the second part, the lower part, is Israel leaving Egypt with a flag, with swords, without looking into the details. And here we have the wall, maybe, of Pharaoh palace. What is your impression here from this page, from this drawing?
Yeah, it is interesting because, like I said, I read some books about this section,
Mhm.
and this picture shows well the idea that the plague, it was a plague for the Egyptians, but for the children of Israel was a blessing, like they were free from slavery. So we have two sides of this coin, right? It's a miracle for one side to be free, and for the Egyptians, another side is a plague.
That's true. Please pay attention that the Hebrew writing here, is saying Makat Bikurim, not the firstborn Bechorot. Maybe there's a, how do you say, a grammatic mistake. Bikurim is basically Pentecost, like what we shall meet 7 weeks or 50 days after the Exodus. But the person who made the book, he wrote here Makat Bikurim, not Makat Bechorot, the firstborn, but the first fruit, because in the Pentecost or 50 days after the Exodus, when there is a command or suggestion when Israel will finally reach the promised land and will bring the temple 50 days after the Exodus, supposed to bring to the temple the first fruit, bikurim, first fruit. It's an interesting again that the person who made the book, it's unknown. We don't know who made this book. I chose this word bikurim and not bechorot. And here he is writing Bechor Paro met, the firstborn born of Pharaoh is dying here. You can see somebody is holding him, and the king Pharaoh is touching his head. What is your impression from the drawing?
To me, it's like it took them to the darkest point as far as losing their child to finally let the people go.
What is the expression of the body movement here of the Israelites going out? What is the expression, the body movement, the hands? What do you see?
They are praising the Lord, like a lammet, you know.
Yes, yes. What happens to the palms, to their hands? Where is it?
On high. Right?
Yes, yes.
And it came to me that it's interesting because in this little text, this little part that we read from the Torah, it said that till when the Pharaoh will not recognize the Lord, you know.
Mhm.
Uh, it's like Moshe is telling to to Pharaoh to minimize himself. And now I'm thinking in a psychological idea that when we do not minimize our ego, when we do not minimize our all the common things that we do, we kill the firstborn, we kill the spirit. We do not permit that these seeds flow, and grow up. Don't know, just one idea that came.
It is quite right. Right, quite right. Any questions? Fernando and Jill, do you have a question you'd like to ask?
A lot of questions, I think, in fact, but I just give you space and this about the judgment, the people of Egypt was passing through judgment, and this portion, the Zohar says that each one of us has like a lawyer in the heavens and an accusator, to be in the heavens. And the Havrayas, the friends that are speaking in the Zohar, talk a bit about this idea that all the good deeds that we make, it's like lightening the world of above, and all the bad deeds that we do inflict that upon all the people, not only us. And we have this accusator and this benevolent lawyer. Could you expand a little bit about this idea and why they speak in this section about this?
Why there's like a good lawyer and a bad lawyer, this kind of thing?
Yes,
This is
and why in this section? Yes.
it's like the dream of Jacob with the angel that were like, you remember the Jacob dream, and the angels of God and the angel of God are rising and descending. So there's, yes, so there is like, and we were saying that in a way malach, I move into angel because it has like the value of 91. So we have like 91 or malach, which is like, oh, let's say a good lawyer that says good things about us or give good testimony about us. And we have like in the descending angel, which is a way is in here. And both of the angels, they have the value of 182, which is the value of Jacob. And Jacob is in a way mark the duality, both, because this is now to go out of Egypt and to go out of duality. Does it make any sense?
Yes.
The lawyer here, or the testimony, is like the pro and the against. So we can take it as in a way, the good lawyer like is a good angel, yes, and ascending angel, the one who brings us up. And there's a descending angel that testify, or we basically testify. It's not external, it's our thoughts, it's our reflection. So we have a reflection in us that ascend us. This is like the good lawyer that we have inside. Sometimes we have another one. So it just seems like that in this case everything is shattered and we're just doing wrong and all mistakes, and we always those are movement inside of us all the time. In a way, Jacob dream is reflecting what is happening to every human. either we ascend, we have a good thought, we have a good vibe, and we are just moving and just in a positive flow, or we have sometimes like moments that everything seems so shattered and unrealistic, and so, and there is no chance, and so those streams are always working inside of us.
Beautiful. Yeah, and now it makes all the sense. So because you were talking about the book, the
Mhm.
2 to 1, we could say as well,
Yes,
like bringing all to unity.
yes.
And I was, and if you know, while you were talking, a light came that blessing is Beraha,
Hmm.
and has the same root of Berahot, the firstborn, right?
Yeah.
A blessing has the same root.
Okay.
And we have in this root of 3 letters the bet, the the half, and the resh. We have the all the two. It's the 2, the 20, and 200.
Yes.
And it makes me remember what Chikatila says, that we have to give 100 blessings a day to bring everything to unity, because the 100, it's like bringing this bet, kaf, and resh to aleph, yod, and kuf. It's like bringing all to unity, like the beginning of this section, that is bo,
Mhm.
bringing the bet to the aleph.
Yes, it's very interesting, very very interesting what you say. Yes. 100 blessings is also the gap between Eretz and Shamayim, the value of earth and the value of heavens. The distance between them is 99, but you can say also 100. Shamayim, this is why we have to say 100 blessings. Shamayim has the 390, Eretz, earth, has 291. This is 99 plus the Aleph plus the 1 is 100 blessings. So there's like also the Muslims, they have a necklace. They have a similar, how to say, tradition. They have a necklace called Masbaha. Masbaha is from the morning. Masbaha Sabah is morning in Arabic. So they have a necklace of which they have 99 beads on it. And you can see them in Jerusalem. They have 99. I will not draw all of them, but 99. And they sit in the openings of the shop and they hold the necklace in their hand and they moving the beads. Masbaha. Masbaha. This is the 99. Also in the Islam, they have this 99. But you can see where does this idea is coming from. Also, 100 in Hebrew, me'ah, me'ah, when you write it in Hebrew letters, 100 is amah, is a cubit, like the vav. What we need uh, to connect heaven and earth is the vav of the spirit.
This is beautiful. This is really beautiful, and it's very profound, because it speaks about our soul. The way to live the nefesh, what is the lower part,
Yes,
and to go up, you know.
yes, this is it. To go up with the spirit.
I have a question.
Yes, Jill.
Um, so it was the final plague to lose the firstborn.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I guess um it could have been anything. I was wondering what if you could tell me what it means to lose the firstborn. I mean, it could have been the queen or anything. If there is a symbolism to that firstborn being one of the plagues.
What is the meaning in general? What is the meaning of firstborn? This is the question. Yes.
Yes, why it had to be that that it was the life of the firstborn that had to go.
The the firstborn in general, like we see in a way in Cain and Abel, because though Cain was born first, heaven was the first in mind. The firstborn has the spirit. He is the Vav. He is the cubit. This is the firstborn, and I will make another sketch here of the 10 spheres, and you will be able to see this. 1 second.
Okay.
Yes, I will make a. It helps, Jill. Sometimes it's like systematism that can help us understand because it's an abstract way. Here, here, there's a space. Here. We have, as we said before, this is the 7 lower spheres. It's just parallel to our body as well. I don't have the time to go into this at the moment. But, and this is here, heavenly kingdom. This is kingdom. Malchut. This is where our body is. But here we have the 6 upper. Yeah. This is basically the Vav or the spirit. So I would explain like this. Wisdom here is father, not physical father, but a thought. Understanding is the mother. Again, it's the mind in us because that understands. We have the mind of wisdom to spark, and then we have another mind, which is the mother in the mind, yes, which can expand the spark into words and flesh it out. This is understanding. The sun, this is the letter Yod of the name, the letter Yod, and I will mark it with maybe another color. Yeah. The letter Yod is wisdom, is the father. The letter He, mother, understanding. Now, the Vav, or the 6 spheres that are descending from the mother, the Vav is the firstborn, or the sun. The sun, it's like a tree. This is the tree basically with all of its branches and green leaves and the fruit. Tiferet. Tiferet. In Hebrew, it's the beauty and the fullness of the tree moves in the wind, like dancing. This is the sun. And heavenly kingdom is the hay here, another hay, and this is the daughter. So, what does it mean, the firstborn? Is the spirit. This is the spirit. Because we can say, and because it is, we have to think of two things in a way, two ideas at the same time, because we think about biological father and biological son. But if we descend, how to say, we ascend, we rise up in the dimension of thinking, we have the spark here that comes into mind. And It is being fleshed out by understanding and by words, and comes out to the world as our deed, as a son. So the firstborn, if we have a spark that we want to help others or to go to benefit and bestow, the firstborn, the first deed that we shall produce, it will be the spirit. It's like a tree. It will stand like a tree. It can make a shade. Our deeds is like a tree. They can give a shade to other people. They can deliver fruit. When the wind is moving through them, people who sit under them have a good spirit, a good breeze. Sometimes we can cut branches, make furniture. In other words, the firstborn is the spirit. If it's a good spirit, there is no problem. But the firstborn of Pharaoh, and now we move, the Vav or the hook of Pharaoh is not that this tree will give shade or fruit or relief to other people. The firstborn of Pharaoh, and we said that the Pharaoh is like parallel to the moon, is a lacking, how do you say, is a lesser light. The firstborn of Pharaoh, his deeds, his action in the world is how can I take from another person? How can I milk another person to benefit my treasury? So it's not an external process. In us, we have two systems. The firstborn of the spirit of the tetragrammaton, which is like a tree, and we go out to the world and our deeds are standing like trees and protecting people and supply them with good spirit, with colors, with shadow. Or we go to the world and to suck and to exploit a thought that is coming from a person and manifests itself as an action that uses another person or milk another person or milk another system. This is the firstborn of Pharaoh, because this kind of thinking coming from a lesser light, from a lacking moon, a person who comes to the world and think that if he just suck more and exploit more people, he can be rich or strong or powerful man, it means he lacked the mind of the sun. What does it mean that he lacks the mind of the sun? The sun solar system is the soul. The soul doesn't have any lack. The soul doesn't need any nourishment from this world. The soul will never be happy from exploiting other people. There is nothing like this. Does it make any sense to you?
Yes, it makes perfect sense now. Thanks so much for explaining that.
You're welcome. So you see, it's not so much historical story, but there is like a historical root to it. But it is constant. How do you say, process inside of us. It's like the sparks, yeah, because our thought is like always there's sparking, there's all the time communication, and we have to detect which kind of spark or which kind of firstborn is will be a tree and which one will not be a tree. And this is it.
Yes, very clear. Thanks a lot. That's going to help me a lot.
You're welcome. Yes, Fernando. Good morning, Nadelia. Good morning, Joseph. Good morning, Saint, another Saint. Yes, Fernando, questions, impressions, if you have.
No, I was listening And it's beautiful everything that was said here. Just thank you for now.
You're most welcome. Most welcome. And I would like to look with you a bit about the text. And if you have questions on YouTube, please feel free to ask. You're most welcome to ask. Please feel free. What is happening in verse 7? Who gives Pharaoh advice to send the Hebrew people out of Egypt?
Pharaoh's servants.
Yes, yes. They understand. They understand before he understands. He will have to lose his firstborn, uh, to really understand. So until now we hear just advice, a good advice, but he will not accept it. There is a beautiful lore that says that only God could distinguish who is the firstborn. Meaning in Egypt, people, this is, I would like to make it like beautiful language. The people in Egypt, or the Egyptian behavior is without borders. So I just try to open this midrash or this teaching. And what does it mean? Everybody is with everyone, meaning they don't have any borders, boundaries, family, a man and wife. Everybody is with everyone. So many children are being born into the Egyptian, but not under a frame of family or a frame of a law. The woman goes with 10 different men, the husband goes with 10 different ladies, and there are many children in Egypt, and everybody's with everyone, so nobody knows. The mother can say it's from the father, but basically it's from 10 different men. There is no proof. And what is interesting that the law says that in the 10th plague, when the firstborn of Pharaoh died, not just the firstborn of Pharaoh, he just was the first to die in this plague. But in the firstborn of Egypt, every firstborn died. And the fact that in each and every house the firstborn died, not just that they lose their children, they also, the truth was revealed. Who is the firstborn? Because everybody used to lie about the children. They used to sleep with everyone all the time. Brothers and sisters, and a mess, a mess. So it's not, this was the shock to Pharaoh and to all Egypt. Not that they just lost lives, but the fact it was like accurate life. When people were losing the children, it was like a mark of God. This is the firstborn, and this is the firstborn, and not what you think or what you would like to exhibit as a profile. What you exhibit in Egypt as a profile is not the truth. And was more shocking than the death itself. It was the structure of the death, how it appears, and it exposed the lies of the Egyptian to each other and their relations, which were based on lies. Does it make any sense, this lore?
Yes.
Yes, it makes also it's an inner truth, right? Because when we do not have, we are like Egyptians in our daily lives, like we do not um, how can I say this? It's like we expend our energy in things that are not good. You know,
Mm,
there are children in the world that is to, like you said, to exploit or to only to consume, like buying too much or eating too much or exploiting others. If we think that all of these could be our sons, you know,
mm,
it's who can tell what is the spirit? It's only someone that is aware, you know.
mm.
Just trying to see it in this perspective, but
It is
don't
true.
know if it makes sense.
It is true. It is true because it's not a historical story. It is. It's a. This is how it works. We go to the world, and what kind of communication or deliverance we have in with the world. It just to send our arms and to milk and to exploit, or to bear a tree in a way, to bear, like to walk with the spirit and to inspire others and to give shades and calm and a sense of completion. This is the question. This is the firstborn, so to speak, of Israel. And this is why the doors of the Israelites or the Hebrews in Egypt were marked with the letter Aleph. Yes, by blood, but the drawing that was made on the doorpost was the letter Aleph. They took the blood of the lamb, and here's the symbolic act. They took the blood of the lamb, dam, dam is blood, and they took a band of a branch of hyssop, and they dip it in the blood, and the hyssop has like three, like arms, so to speak. It's like you can look at it like Shin or like three arms, it doesn't matter. And with the hyssop, with this kind of a tool, they dip it in the blood of the lamb, and they made three drawings on the. I will move to another color, it will be clear how they mark that they are Hebrews and not Egyptians. This is the doorpost, this is the entry. They took it, the tool, and they made like three lines like this, here, here, and here. It's basically an aleph or so. This is it. Three lines is the aleph, like this. But when they install the aleph, which was written with the blood, dam, what do we have, Fernando?
Adam,
Ada.
NET.
Yes,
Uh, I'm sorry, just came. Aesop, it's Ezov, right?
yes, Azov. Yes, yes.
And okay, I have it without the vav
It's okay without a vav. Yes, yes, please. I will.
because without the vav, we have the tree of life. You know, the first sphere, the seven lower spheres,
Yes, very good.
and
We have one, we have seven, and two, and here we have three, and we have 10. Yes, Hyssop.
yes,
Thank you. Please pay attention between the relation of the aleph. Look at the aleph and look how it turns into A. Please, here. And instead of making here the lower part, I make this. This is this. Yes, and this arm goes and become here. Do you see how the aleph turn to be A?
Yes.
Again, here's the aleph, upper arm, lower arm. Again, here we start with this. The lower arm is moving upwards, and this arm, the right arm, is unfolded inside the belly, and then we have A. Adam. Dam is blood. Adam, which is not blood, which is spirit. And the firstborn of Israel is a spirit, so not coming to exploit, but to help. Questions, impressions?
It's beautiful because it brings back why the Parshat Bo, to bring back to unity, to bring back to not what is manifested, to not what is rigid,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah. Questions? Jill?
No, I'm just appreciative of it. I learned a lot today. I got a lot of things cleared up. I just appreciate this class.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. There are so many things that I on my mind to bring to you and to discuss with you, and I'm very happy that we finally can meet after this weekend and we can start how do you say taking water from the well and water ourselves and everyone else.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming here, and I would like to wish all of us a beautiful week and a good week ahead, and we can meet here tomorrow if you have the time, when you have the time.
Excellent, I'll be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Have a
much.
good
And
day.
thank you. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, להתראות.
Later.
Bye
Here's
bye.
Charles. I didn't see Charles. Oh.